Welcome to me humble gaff.
Dear listeners, in today's very special episode of Native Son, we're going to be speaking with a man some of you know, some of you have heard of, Mr. Horace Dupree. Some weeks ago, Mr. Dupree, a resident of South Downs, was involved in a tragic shooting. The state of Louisiana has seen fit to indict Mr. Dupree, a veteran, I might add, for this unfortunate incident. Mr. Dupree, welcome to our studio.
I've been listening to your program a long time.
Thank you, Mr. Dupree. Scoot on a little closer to that microphone. Make yourself comfortable. Hey, now first, I just want to say on behalf of the listeners, thank you for your service to our country. When did you serve?
Oh, they had me out in Luzon in 45.
Oh, Marines, right?
Yes, sir. Still carry around shrapnel in my arm from that fight. A few years later, they called me back for another go-around in Korea.
Well, God bless you. It sounds to me like you're a man who's not easily spooked.
It's nothing I really even think about. When your country says you gotta go do something, you do it. That's just the way it was.
Right. Which doesn't really fit in the picture of the papers, nor the papers you're trying to paint here. The white man is afraid, paranoid, shooting a pair of innocent colored boys.
Well, they wasn't there. They're not here in New Bordeaux. We got a different situation with our colors. They're doing more than marching here.
All right, now some...
Just because I got a shotgun-style house doesn't mean I want any guns in it.
I'll not leave thee, thy lone one, to pine on the stem. Since the lonely are sleeping, go sleep thou with him.
You already finished with Barbieri?
Barbieri? No. By a long shot. Already told you. Die slow. As for you, show up like Lazarus himself. Name thinking of myself. This jockey bastard is either one of the luckiest sons of bitches that's ever lived, or the kind of man that invites rotten damn luck. So goddamn sure it was the latter. I have to admit, I was wrong about you.
You can thank me by calling me by my name.
Die. Lincoln it is, then. It's funny. Things get taken from us. We convince ourselves we go out and inflict the pain on someone else. A little mend what's busted up inside of us. But it doesn't, does it? No.
It done.
Spent my entire goddamn life scratching and clawing at anyone that came along. Even if they were there to help. Look where it fucking got me. It's the sense and changing. Only way is forward.
Now that Irish Point is back under your control, I'm gonna need you to bring in as much money as you can. Going after Marcano ain't gonna be cheap.
And I imagine you'll be wanting your cut of the proceeds.
That's right.
Can't say I'm a fan of someone looming over me. But a deal's a deal. I asked Nikki to manage those moonshine runs, but she can't bring them all on her own. That liquor hauls in a fair amount. We'll talk to her. She's around here somewhere if she ain't out quail hunting.
Quail ain't this season.
Oh, for her kind, it's always in season. Now. Oh. You'll excuse me. Oh. I have to go to see Mr. Barbieri. He's probably getting a little lonely. Lonely.
You hear about explosions at the salvage yard? Shit's getting out of control. Just because I got a shotgun-style house doesn't mean I want any guns in it.
Thanks for earlier.
My old man used to be whip smart. If anyone tried to pull some shit on him, he saw it coming a mile away. Now, fuck. Now he barely knows the goddamn day of the week.
Said you could use some help.
Some of our boys are down the bayou. If you could get the shine from them and bring it back, it'd make my life a lot easier.
Bayou ain't exactly my favorite place in the world.
Come on now, the redneck assholes that live down there just love it when black folks drop by for a visit. Ain't been time for small talk, but where you at with all this?
All I really want is for everything to go back the way that it was. For Vietnam, for that night. Back when everything felt,
Normal?
at least our version of it anyway.
We are the righteously fucked. Danny. Was he in any pain? Did he suffer?
Don't. Ain't nothing good coming from that.
Who says I need good to come from it?
Georgie shot him in the head. Looked like he went pretty quick. God damn it.
I hate this fucking town.
I better go.
Yeah. Okay. Lincoln. Just because Bobby Everett's dead doesn't necessarily mean this neighborhood is firmly in our control. If he's still got any men hanging around, you should think about clearing them out.
Vacation can't come soon enough. Visiting my folks in Florida.
We have a breaking story out of Point Verdun where witnesses have reported sustained gunfire. This network, as well as New Bordeaux police, have been unable to substantiate these reports, but we'll update you as soon as we have more information.
I got my mojo working, but
You think I forgot what you did? You can blame Marcana all you want, but it was your men who ambushed
My
us.
men were following orders. We got rules. Not my fucking problem that you people don't understand it.
Yeah, well, I'm about to make it your fucking problem.
What shit is this then?
Goddamn. If it ain't the city's favorite pot-licking donkey, Thomas Burke.
The fuck did you just say to me?
Put the gun down, Burke. It's gonna take all four of us to bring down Marcano, so I don't want any more of this stupid bullshit.
Bring down Marcana. These two used to work for Marcana. And this one? Do you know how many of my men this canard killed because Marcana told him to? Fuck him, and fuck you if you think I'm ever gonna trust
Hey,
these
get the
two.
fuck out then. There's no sweat off my ass.
You don't trust him? Good. Because I don't trust any of you. But that doesn't change the fact that I destroyed Barbieri's operations, killed Doucette and those other redneck motherfuckers, and saved Joe ass from Greco's men. So here's what you need to decide right fucking here now. Either fall in line or get the fuck out. Just know. Second you step out that door, your name's getting added to my list, right beneath Marcano's. Now, if we're all done acting like goddamn children, let's go over the plan. In order to bring down an organization the size of Marcano's, we need to eliminate the people at the base and work our way up. It's the same thing I did in Knox.
I know the military filled your noggin with all manner of tactics and schemes, but let's not overthink this shit. Say we go out to his house and shoot him. Shouldn't take more than an hour or so, depending on traffic.
And what you think gonna happen after? Everybody else just gonna lay down and die, you stupid-ass motherfucker?
Cassandra's right. Just killing Marcano doesn't get us anywhere. One of his brothers will take over and we're right back where we started. So, first, we go after his lieutenants. Then, once they're killed, we seize their territory and move on to the capos. Once the lieutenants and the capos are killed, Marcano will be isolated and alone. And that's when we go after him.
Hold on, what happens to those territories we get from Marcano's guys?
Once it's in our hands, I'll decide who gets to run the day-to-day. I give you a district, you get the rackets and everything else. But I'm also counting on you to hold it. Keep that bastard from reclaiming it. One last thing. Y'all know that building that's going up across the lake? It's building a casino. Marcano's constructing this so we can go legit. All his money's tied up into that thing, so once he figures out what we're up to, it'll limit his options. More importantly, it's an emotional attachment. Emotions make people irrational, greedy. So that's where we hit him. Right in the goddamn heart.
Hey, nice speech. Think they bought it?
Don't care. They're all too greedy or pissed off at Marcano to back out now.
At least until one of them decides to try the crown on for size.
Well, if it comes to that, I'll handle it. The photos were a nice start and all, but I'm gonna need some actionable intel on those lieutenants. A place of business, where I can find them, you name it.
The dossiers are nearly complete. I'll be ready to move when you are. I was also able to recruit some concerned citizens who are more than happy to share what they know about Sal's coalition of WAP assholes. Information on how to contact them will be included with the other intel.
Appreciate it.
Sure you don't need a ride?
Oh, I do my own driving.
And the systematic killing of Marcano's capos and lieutenants, that was part of the plan.
Well, you're playing fucking patty cake, Christ.
Look, you want to bring somebody down, you destroy the foundation they're standing on. It's the same basic op we ran over in Nam.
with an update from the Hollister trial. Defense attorneys for the elderly South Downs resident claim he was simply reacting to the recent wave of colored-on-white violence that has plagued New Bordeaux. The defense also painted a damaging portrait of one of the victims, Trey McCall. He apparently spent time as a teenager in juvenile hall for undisclosed crimes. Dupree's defense is being paid for following an outpouring of public support for the Korean War veteran.
I don't know how you people live down here. It's hot, it's humid. Most of the time it smells like the goddamn river.
Smells alright to me.
You know what it is. It stinks of mud. Wet, rotten mud. It's been buried down deep for way too fucking long. The Mekong Delta had that same goddamn stench. Hated it then, hate it now.
So, what'd you find out?
Frank Pagani runs Tikfa Harbor. Reports up to Tommy Marcano, and he has a ship called the Tanager, which he uses to smuggle shit in and out of the city. For the past 8 months, he's been making regular trips to Bermuda.
What's in Bermuda?
Not a goddamn thing. He's really been going to Cuba.
Marcano used to run the mob casinos down in Havana.
My assumption is that Frank has been taking whatever is salvageable from the old casinos and bringing it back up here.
That's a lot of effort to reuse some old tables and slot machines. There's got to be something else going on.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't walk up to Frank and ask him. He's in Havana now, and he isn't scheduled to be back anytime soon.
We gotta force him to change his travel plans.
Frank's businesses are centered around stolen cars and freight. Look for places that'll support that kind of activity. Once you start taking them down, he'll come home.
All right.
I'll put a tap on the Coast Guard and let you know when the Tanager contacts them.
So you the scary motherfucker who gonna deal with Junior Holland.
Nice to meet you too, lady.
Set it down. I don't mean anything by it. I'm Gina Kowalski. My old man and I used to boost cars with Junior before he decided to brain us and throw in with Marcano.
I don't see your old man around.
Died in a cell upstate round Easton.
Oh. Sorry.
He shouldn't have got caught. Junior's running cars out of the best oil gas station around the way. Got some pros that come around with high-end rides. Hell, he even got a sideline bootlegging gasoline from the refinery.
Where the car's going?
He sells some here, but knowing how many nice new rides gone missing lately, I'm guessing Junior's getting ready to run a bunch in a shipment out of town.
If he's got people out on the street, I'll get him to talk. Maybe even get word about the pros he's got working for him. See you around, Gina.
Junior's boys don't scare easy, but you still need to get some of them to talk.
Not my fault. If dipshits are gonna leave gas in their fucking tank, of course I'm gonna take it. It's my godly duty where I see it.
Good night!
Who you think you fucking with?
I'm in Tickfall. Just about out of everything.
I'll head your way now.
See anything you need?
Let me see what you got.
I'll be...
This is done. You know how to find me.
That way and everyone along the dock sees them. I tell you where they got it.
Close your mouth and open up your heart and baby satisfy me. Satisfy me. Baby, close your eyes and listen to the music. Dig through the summer breeze. It's a groovy night and I can show.
Damn, run!
Where you at? It looked like they dropped the body to you.
Shit now. Over here! He's over here! Get out of here!
I think you've been waiting for me.
Yeah. Pablo Duarte. You with the company?
Not exactly. That gonna be a problem?
If you can help keep money from going to those communist bastards in Cuba, then no.
You with the Cuban Revolutionary Council?
I made it through that disaster back in '61. Ended up here. I still have connections, though. It's how Frank Pagani's smuggling operation got on my radar. His man, Pops Holland, runs the freight yard. Does a lot of business with Havana.
All that commie talk about common ownership is so much bullshit, it's sickening.
Those hijos de puta only care about money. Since losing River Row, Pops has had to resort to airdrops. They move them around, so you'll have to find out where they're happening.
I'm sure Pops' people will be more than happy to help me out. I'll be back, Pablo.
The fuckers working for Pops Holland know what he's up to. You're gonna need to get at them.
This is what happens if you lip off. Huh? Next time, keep your damned mouth shut.
That's a nice piece you got.
Here comes
Oh, man. No, blood. Oh, shit.
Shouldn't have come here.
Got me!
Alone!
Let's dance!
200 off-duty New York police officers clad in civvies and wielding blackjacks assaulted members of the Black Panther Party in the corridor of a...
Junior's looking pretty fucked now, isn't he? You got that little speed freak Junior stayed up out here.
Didn't plan on doing any less.
An old friend with an E out at the best oil say Junior come blowing through, making everybody's life a living hell. And he won't leave until he can get the business right. Never heard of Junior Holland being so dang motivated.
When you have to kick up to Sal Marcano, that'll light a fire in the ass.
That and all the speed he's on. When you whip his ass, tell him he shouldn't have messed with Gina Kowalski.
I'll catch you later, Gina.
Junior's a dirty, backstabbing piece of shit. Go get him.
Do without some of this heat. Something like that's gotta be found.
Fucking Wayne.
Lord almighty, sounds coming out of this here voodoo doll.
My mama always said this colored shit was all sorts of evil. Don't get any closer. You're just Mama always said this colored shit was all sorts of evil. Don't get any closer, you're just inviting trouble in.
Look, all of Junior's best boosters are either dead or gone. We all got to pitch in.
You wanna end up like them? Is that what you want?
Digger rat, motherfuckers!
Maybe you should give me the gun, Junior.
I ain't asking you again. Where?
Shouldn't have come here.
Hey, it's over here.
Where are those big balls now, Junior? If we're gonna hold Tickfall Harbor, I'm gonna need some of your guys.
I know just the boys for the job, but I expect you to remember this next time we have one of our gatherings.
Anyone who thinks Sammy Robinson was the Mardi Gras mastermind is a moron. Just because he was involved doesn't mean it was his idea. And none of the evidence ever added up. The money wasn't recovered, and Sammy didn't shoot himself in the back of the head and then burn down his own bar. The only reason people believe Sammy was behind it was his skin color.
Hey, Mr. Clay. Oh, you hear no one about drinking and driving? You know how you shouldn't drink and drive because you might spill your drink? Huh? That's a good one.
Welcome back to Native Son, dear listener. You know, it's been 4 weeks since the Reds' tanks rolled through Prague. The Soviet so-called Union has continued to keep its stranglehold on Eastern Europe. And I'll tell you, it's from what I'm reading, these Czechs aren't making it easy for those Ruskies. In fact, the men and women of Czechoslovakia are pushing back against their invaders without using an ounce of force. No guns, no violence, they're just outsmarting the Reds and letting them chase their own tails. How can you look at this revolution?
Let's go. We got a schedule.
No.
Anybody see where he went? Do your fucking job and find him.
side.
Stop slacking, come on!
Check the other
you
side.
don't want to put the effort in, I'll find someone who does.
What is going on? Any units in the vicinity of Tickfaw Harbor, please respond to reports of an armed Negro male in the area. Suspect considered armed and dangerous. Backup is inbound.
Gotta be somewhere. Let's just keep looking.
Go see if he's over there.
All units be advised. Suspect located. On-scene units engaging.
All set to shoot! Give me a hand!
Be advised. Suspect now in a vehicle. All units, negative visual on suspect. Begin search in immediate vicinity.
Hello, dear listener. Remy Duval here to remind you not to miss the next Native Son. My friend and yours, Senator Walter Jacobs, will be joining me to discuss his re-election campaign, and, a little closer to home, we'll talk about some of the toxic books infiltrating our children's schools. That's Native Son, exclusively on WBYU 620. Native Son.
Don't really know what to say about that.
How you doing?
How you doing?
But here's the thing, government ain't charging with...
Whew. Don't know what I ate, but I got the runs bad.
All units, search is called off. Repeat, abandon search. Return to patrols.
The dog track? I don't think they'll ever put up a new one. Too expensive. Track's fine.
Time you asked for a raise. Been working these docks too long.
I hear we'll be on the move by next summer.
Feel like a sawed up oak tree, man. Lord.
That's why I don't go out much anymore.
My dogs are barking, man. I gotta sit down soon.
Yeah, so what?
Used to still be days, y'all. What's up? I feel like a sawed up oak tree, man. Bored.
Go to death!
Pop's Holland's smuggling racket. I want to know about it.
The drop's coming into the marina. Pissed off motherfucker named Butterbean runs the show over there.
Rest in peace, asshole.
Can't wait for this shift to end. Go for a drink.
Bastard can't be far. You best get in check.
I ain't ever gonna stop looking.
I got the front.
Only so many places to hide, partner. Wonder if he's over there. Not a sign of him.
They don't even like you fishing off the docks over there.
Getting any more cargo out to Cuba. Good. You somehow managed to piss off both the communists and the gangsters. Word is Pops Holland is seriously fucked thanks to you.
Best way to make a crook squirm is to hurt his money.
Huh, yeah. I heard Frank Pagani told Pops to get his ass back to the freight yard. Pops isn't going anywhere until you're dealt with. I understand he's a hard motherfucker. He's a survivor.
Thanks for looking out, Pablo. But I dealt with a lot worse than Pops.
Go get that commie-loving piece of shit, Holland.
think I should ask out Alice, who works in the office?
Alice Holland? Because you remember her dad is your fucking boss, and her brother is a homicidal fucking tweaker.
So you don't think it's a good idea?
You need to worry about the nigga out there trying to kill
figure
us.
out what that
Survive
noise was.
him, then you can do what the fuck you want.
Almighty. Sounds coming out of this here voodoo doll. That's the sound of hell right there, boy. You stay clear of it. My mama always said this colored shit was all sorts of evil. Don't get any closer, you're just inviting trouble in. My mama always said this colored shit was all sorts of evil. Don't get any closer, you're just inviting trouble in. Don't step too close. That shit'll swallow your soul.
We feeling good?
Stay clear of it. There you go. Run! Run! I ain't going out like that. Gotta get behind something. Hey, he's over here. Grabbing cover. He's here.
Hope I'm not out of line here, Pops.
Shit, shit, shit! Get the fuck off me, you big son of a bitch!
Of course. Can you spare some of your crew to hold Tick 4?
Yeah, okay. But if you asking me to commit the lives of my men here, then I expect you to commit to me. And remember, this road we're setting out on in the here and now.
The investigation was a mess from the very start. The locals did everything they could to keep us out of it, but that wasn't the worst of it. Someone actually broke into our offices and not only stole all of our files, but they also took most of our surveillance equipment.